Alright guys, so what's up? Today I'm just going to show you a little look inside of what's in my NQD full mod jet boat, brushless jet boat. I did the brushless conversion, and I just wanted to give you guys a little idea of what I'm using. So first, start off with all the junk, all the crap that I had to go through to try to figure out, what would work good with this jet boat. So this actually is one of the batteries that I do use with it. This battery works great. I know it's for a helicopter, but you know what? It's a LiPo. It's the only battery LiPo I had that would fit in there. So this is an E-Flight 30C 3S LiPo. It gives it tons of power, lasts pretty long, and so far it fits perfectly. So I figured this, and it's pretty light, so I figured this battery would work great. So now let's go into the problems. So originally I started out with a brushless ESC, which was this one. It's an E-Flight 8 amp brushless ESC, otherwise known as the Blade SR ESC, and it just went bad on me for some reason. So I plugged it all up with hot glue to waterproof it, and I don't know what happened. It just went bad. So that one got trashed. Then I moved on to the 200 SRX dual brushless ESC from Blade. I don't know how many amps this one is. It doesn't say, but I moved on to this one. Then it would not bind with my receiver. So then I moved on to a 230S receiver. So once I got onto the 230S receiver, then I took that, or the ESC, then I took that, and again, that 230S ESC would not work with my receiver that I use in it right now. So I figured the only receiver I had that it would work with is a receiver out of the 230S. Which I forgot had a gyro, so you guys can probably imagine trying to drive a boat with a gyro. It's just like auto-correcting, and it basically drives itself. So that was really hard, and I didn't want to do that. So that's pretty much how it went through. I also tried to drive it with a little FlySky receiver, and it didn't really work out too well. For some reason, it just wouldn't bind. So, it's kind of a cheap receiver, so I figured it'd just be something. So that's all the junk that I went through. This is all the havoc I went through trying to get everything set up. Then I finally found the right stuff. Alright, so before I start off, let me show you what remote I'm using. You've seen this in other previous videos, my HP6 DSM, otherwise known as the Blade SR transmitter, stock transmitter. Alright, so let's take a look inside the jet boat. So it's a basic carrier into jet boat, just the standard mod, just like everyone you've seen. I did not pull the jet drive out when I got it because it was sealed perfectly, and it was a really clean sealing job. I know a lot of people out there reseal it, so I haven't had any leakage problems. Alright, so let me start off with what I have in here. I have an AR6 100, 100E park light, or micro light park flyer receiver in there from Spectrum. I have a Park Zone, I think it's a 30 amp brushless ESC. I just shoved some, what's this, like a pool noodle foam. Just cut some pool noodle, shoved it up in there. I didn't even have to glue it, it just fit perfectly. And I made a little battery tray out of it, fits in there perfectly. Holds it nice and tight, and it's nice and soft. I also wrapped the receiver in ESC. I just glued the receiver on top of the ESC and then put it in some pool noodle. And then just left this little slit up here so I could pull it out if I ever need to. Now the motor I'm running is a 3900 kV brushless outrunner motor from E-Flight. This motor's giving me tons of power and speed, and I just love it. So that's also a motor out of most, basically all my brushless helicopters that you've seen. This particular one's out of my 230S, so that's been working really good. You're probably wondering, okay, well, why are you stripping down the 230S? Because I'm actually rebuilding it, but so I figured I'd use those electronics for the jet boat. The servo I'm using is actually out of my old Nitro car. It is a, if you compare it to like a Traxxas size servo, it's a 2065 size servo. So it's basically a 2065 size servo, but it's just, an off-brand because it's from a cheap Nitro car. So, it's waterproof and it's been working great, so I haven't had, any problems with it. Just made my homemade mount out of a block of wood. I didn't really want to use the stock one because it sat a little bit too low, so I just made my own homemade wood mount. And then that's pretty much it. I just used some thick marine grease, re-greased the shaft, the coupler, and all that stuff. This doesn't do anything. I just think it makes it look more like a radio controlled boat with a little antenna. I have a Hot Rods crank sticker on there. I was gonna paint it, but I didn't really want to because it's just too complicated. And paint gets scratched and then it starts looking ugly, so I didn't really want to do that. But yeah, it's just a basic jet drive, and it still has the bars over it. Like I said, I did not take the jet drive out, but I did take the nozzle off and just re-grease everything. So everything's set up, stock. Like I said, that glue, they actually did a really good job of gluing it, so everything's held in there, looks nice and clean. And then the last thing I did was just for heat, because that's an outrunner, and obviously it's in a boat, so it's not going to get any air. I just cut some holes. I cut 2 holes here, here, and here. I cut holes there, there. I cut 4 holes in the front of the motor, 4 holes in the back of the motor. And that just basically lets everything, just get air. And also what you're probably wondering is, okay, well, if you're going to take it in the rapids, because it's a jet boat, like take it to a dam or something, how am I going to, keep the water out? Well, we figured that out. Surfing rapids doesn't really take that much speed, so we're just going to put some tape over it whenever we go to do that. So, but for, anything else driving just in a pond, just going pretty high RPMs most of the time, I just let those open just to give it some air. So, yeah, that's my Terran 2 jet boat, and thanks for watching, guys. We'll have some more awesome videos of this. Like I said, stay tuned in. We'll have some Pretty Boy Dam videos. And, yeah.
Which means strong rapids.
Really strong rapids. We made a video. It's that big dam that comes down, and we made a video on that. Check that out on our channel. But that's the dam we're going to be driving this boat in. So it's really fast, really fun, lots of power. And yeah, just I'm really happy with what I did, and everything looks nice and clean in there. So, really fast, fun boat. If you guys modify them, really fast, fun boat. Also, before I go, I just wanted to mention that I also I measured out a hole right here, and I left about 6 millimeters, or about 12 millimeters in between there. That way, when you put the cover on, if any water does splash over, it'll just kind of roll in between this. So if you guys are watching this and thinking about getting one and doing this mod, make sure you leave about 12 millimeters in between, the little grooves and the actual cut hole that you made. So, yeah. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned in for more awesome jet boat videos. Again, stay tuned in for that dam video. I'm really excited about that, man. So, thanks for watching.
All right. Cheers.